One of the famous sayings is, for what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Guys, here is a picture of what our pups cost, what they will run you, the pricing and the structure. Let me be very clear and tell you this. We don't sell blessings. Guy said, hey, can you bless me with a dog? What do I look like? A charity? T-Fit here with Fit Bully TV. Let's talk about the dog business today. Guys, I did a little light version of this outside. I want to put the numbers in perspective. There are 40 weeks left in this year. Now let's look at the calendar, okay? These poor dogs, man. Have a little help. So we're in March right now. And I'm just light numbers, right? There's 4 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 months left. 10 times 4 is 40. Out of those 40 weeks, you're going to get paid twice a month normally, right? Well, if you get paid twice a month and save $100, you would have about $4K at the end of this year, which would at least get you a pet home or potentially a male. And you could probably scrummage this if you wanted breeding rights. These two, breeding rights. Most people are used to people in the dog business fluctuating on their prices based on a stud fee. The average stud fee on a good male is between 5 and 10K. Guess what? We don't stud our dogs out. Not the ones on my page. Not Ego, not Tron, not Bam Bam. Ever will they ever be utilized. It's just not going to happen. So you say, hey, what is the business? Because we got to define the business then. Well, the business objectively is ensuring that most of our dogs go to pet homes, which means in every litter, our goal is to, if 100% of people pay this price, I'm okay with this. But if there are some people who want the male for breeding or the female for breeding, those are the prices. There's no negotiating. The price is the price. What you guys are used to is potentially getting a dog from someone or going back and forth with somebody based on what they believe the dog is worth to them. I understand market cap, market value, and what our value is specific to brand value. I could sell our dogs for more. I know I could. But then we wouldn't be doing business. Then I have to keep changing stuff up. My team supports and follows along because we're set up to do business. Business is very simple. If I pay $10,000, which I have not and will not ever, for someone's stud fee, I still wouldn't charge $8,000, $9,000, $7,000 for a dog. The price is the price. And let me be very clear in saying, this right here is for the Merle. The last Merle litter we're going to have for probably 4 years within our program is next year. Period. The last Merle litter we're going to have for at least 4 to 5 years is next year. So then, this right here is the primary price of our dogs. 3 to 5K. Males, 4,000. Females, 5,000. Pet home, I keep the paperwork. You can buy it later if you choose. 3,000. And you get a good dog. That's simple. Now I repeat, if you pay 10, 20, 30,000 for a stud fee and someone got you, and then you thought you was going to go out there and get rich and have some magical litter and make you hundreds of thousands or thousands and thousands of dollars, good luck. Good luck. But you also got hoodwinked, hornswoggled, bamboozled. And we're not in the bamboozling business. I like this option here because these people are going to take care of my dogs. Most of these people have dogs that have lived to 14 and 15 years old. Most of the people are going to feed their dogs to the best of their ability. Most of these people are going to put the utmost effort into the dogs. I'm not saying these people aren't, because if they're buying a dog from me, at this moment in time, they're trying to figure out how to live up to that standard. That's what they're trying to do. Hey, I like what you're doing. I want to keep that going. Well, here's the guides, here's the training, here's access to such and such. Good luck. But even on our paperwork, because I don't want you to know it came from me, they can put down whatever dog they want. when I give you your application form, I'm not writing in Fit Bully Kennels. Because by association, we're branded. And if you go off to make a bad choice or a choice that doesn't move the needle or move the breed forward, I don't want any affiliation with that. It didn't come from me. You call it whatever you want. We're running a tight ship here, and we want to better our dogs. I'm not in competition with nobody's dogs. I don't care what nobody else's dogs are doing. I admire dogs that I know and people that I know that really take care of their dogs. But I know them. Like know them. Like know them. So, I repeat, if you're in the dog business and you want to do business, define what your business does. We're an educational company. So because we focus on education, we have to make sure that this is clear so we don't deal with the frustrating part of negotiating. Man, I ain't got $3,000 right now, but I really love for you to bless me with a dog. Look, the church asks for 10% of your tithes, and tithes oftentimes is your total income per month. You know what that means for some of you? And 9 out of 10 people ain't giving their tithes. But a real tithe, in this case, is supporting someone's effort and goals. Right now, you guys know we put a lot into this. We spend a lot of money and time and energy, and I'm not even keeping track like that. We keep track for business purposes, but I'm not keeping track like, man, we did all this for the dog. No, you're supposed to. But before you hit me up asking me about blessing you, before you hit me up trying to negotiate the price, but whatever you do, as I said in the last video, you're not doing me a favor. You buying one of my dogs ain't doing me a favor. It ain't doing them a favor. We want to get to a very selective group of individuals who are truly invested in the dog's long-term quality of life, and eventually we may breed every 2 or 3 years. So now's the time even get on the list to get a dog. And as I said before, if you are on the list, if you put $100 away, $100 away, because 9 out of 10 people don't have $4,000 in their bank account to throw to anything, to be clear. And I'm not saying that that's for everybody. Hopefully everybody's got that 4K, if not more, to do whatever you need to do whenever the time comes. But if you don't have that and you're on our waiting list, $100 over the next 40 weeks, every 2 weeks when you get paid, by the end of the year, you'll have 4K, which means going into the next year, when the breedings start to take place, you'll probably be able to scrummage this or that if you want that. But I love if you want this. I keep papers, you get a great dog. That's simple. Guys, we're doing business. And again, a business's function or a business's success is based on its identity and what it does. The dog breeding space is a fickle, funny, weird space of people getting over, chucking, jiving, and screwing people over. I don't want to screw people over. I don't want to play the game. I don't want to get into a long negotiating. I'm not going to bless you with all the work that we're doing. If anything, people that fall in love with the process, I'm going to bless you with the education you need to support your choices, especially for those people who have chosen to be patient enough to support what it is we're going to do over the next 5, 6, 7, 20 years. But the only way to truly be in support of this, because you want one of our dogs, is to make sure that you save. And eventually we'll go down a rabbit hole about financial development, financial saving, financial service. And I got a buddy who's really good at this stuff, and we're going to do an episode with him and break down some numbers for people. And he's very good at what he does. But point is, I wanted to come on here and make sure we put in perspective. This is what our dogs cost normally. I keep paperwork, boys and girls, $3K. Even if they merle, $3K. If you want the merle, it becomes this. You double. I give you the paperwork. Sign it over. Males, $4K. A merle boy is $5K. But for the most part, 5, 4, 3. $1,000 deposit. Once you send a deposit, 5 weeks from that, guess what? The rest of the money's due. Eventually, the way things is going, we're going to have people send their money up front, if not 50% of it. Because if you are, by this time going into next year, you should know where you stand, especially if you waited that long for one of our dogs. Let's just get the money over with. For the most part, everything's good. We put it in an account. If something goes wrong, just send your money back. It's that simple. So, stay tuned. Take care of your dogs. For those that are trying to breed, do business. Don't get caught up in this hype of, hey, I bought a dog for $10,000. That means nothing. If you're buying into a dog with a big name, that means nothing. Think about the few dogs that exist. A lot of dogs ain't outproduce the dogs that they pay for. For the purposes is that dog, even when you've invested a good amount of money into someone else's idea that they've concentrated on, which it might be worth it, that doesn't mean your dog has it. That means you're starting off probably a little closer to better than someone else. And I would encourage you to still slow down, put your vision on the board, execute, kill. And as always, take care of the dogs. We'll talk more another time. Stay tuned, people. This gets better.